Well, hey guys. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, and we are going to do Module 7, Lesson 8. Today we're going to do something a little differently. I'm still trying to figure out how this is going to work. Once we actually start where I have to collect all of your work and grade it. And so I love it that we've been practicing, and a lot of us have been sending pictures of our work. That's helping me see what the best way is that we're going to turn our work in. Today, I want to try something. I created a Google Doc in this assignment that you'll see, and it says Lesson 8, Sprint A and B, and Problem Set. And so, what I want you to do is at the very end, when you finish all 4 workbook pages, I want you to open that doc, and it's going to make a copy that's just yours. And on that doc, I want you to use your camera from your Chromebook or the camera from your iPad, however you're getting on, however you're getting onto this, and I want you to take pictures of all the pages onto that doc. Now, I think then you either now I have it, which I'm not sure, or there's a way that you'll have to attach it to me. So let's play around with this and see if we can't figure this out. But then that way, I did see on Riley's Chromebook today, there is a big blue button that you push that says turned in. So make sure you're always, once you've done your work, always click that blue button so I know you did it. Because right now it's still only looking like 5 people each day are doing their math lessons, which I know these days are hard and busy, but we got to make sure that we know what we're doing, and we know that we can get onto Google Classroom, because pretty soon we have to do it so that we don't have to go to school this summer, you guys. Nobody wants to do that. We want to go to school, even though it's not ideal. We want to go to school right now and finish out this school year so we can have our summer, okay? All right, guys. Today, we are going to be solving word problems, and we're going to be counting bills, not coins, but dollar bills for money. So we're going to be thinking about, like, there's a $1 bill, there's the $5 bill, there's the $10 bill, there's the $20 bill, and then beyond that, and I know that some people might even have a rare $2 bill, but you don't see those very often. It's usually what you see are the ones and the fives and the tens and the 20s, and then there's bigger bills, but we don't ever have those around here. So those are the bills that most of the time that you see when people are paying for things with cash. So anyway, those are the bills that we're going to be talking about today when we do our word problems, and we're going to be drawing them. I'm thinking like rectangles. So remember how we were drawing our coins? Like circles, we can draw these bills like rectangles, and we'll write the amount inside the rectangle that's the bill, okay? We're going to start off with a coin problem. This is our application problem. And if you have your paper there and a pencil or something in front of you, you can follow along with me. Any piece of paper will work for this, okay? All right, so this problem says, Kiko's brother says that he will trade her 2 quarters, 4 dimes, and 2 nickels for a $1 bill. Now, is this a fair trade? And how do you know? All right, let's think about how much money we're talking about here. We know that the brother is going to give her these coins. She's got the $1 bill. So this is what she has right here. And my dollar symbol looks like an S. And I'm not even sure I ever really learned how to do this right. I always put 2 lines through there like that, but maybe it might not even be correct. Now I got to look that up. $1 equals, these are the coins that her brother is going to trade her for. So he's going to give her 2 quarters. So let's draw those 2 quarters. What would that look like? 2 circles. How much am I going to write inside for each quarter? 25. Okay. He's also going to give her 4 dimes. How much are dimes worth? 10 cents. And he's going to give her 2 nickels. How much are nickels worth? 5 cents. And that's it. He's going to give her that. Is this a fair trade? Well, I guess we have to total all this up so we know if it's a fair trade or not. Okay. I always start, boys and girls, counting with the biggest coin, with the coin that's worth the most. I need to say that better because the nickel's bigger than the dime in terms of size, but it's not worth as much. And you know what I noticed when I drew this out? I have my quarters here, my dimes here, my nickels here. I'm ready to count. I've got it all arranged the way I want it. So I know this part here, 25, 50. Now I'm counting by tens. 60, 70, 80, 90. Now I'm counting by fives. 95, 100. Oh, 100 cents. Is this a true statement? 100 cents is equal to $1. Yes, it is. That would be a fair trade. So absolutely, it's fair because they're equal. So absolutely, I would make that trade. Okay, let's get started. Now, we're going to be working with word problems today. So the first thing we have to do when we work with a word problem is we've got to read the whole thing. And then we've got to think about it and think, what can I draw that will represent this problem to help me better visualize it so I can solve it? So get another piece of paper. Okay. Here's the problem. Alyssa has five $5 bills, 12 $1 bills, and 3 $10 bills in her wallet. How much money is in her wallet? Wow, okay. I'm imagining her wallet and it's got all these bills in there. And they're all the same size because dollar bills are all the same size. They're just worth different amounts. So she has 5 $5 bills. So let's draw those first. Okay, these are her 5 $5 bills. So I need to write a 5 inside here. And I know I draw fast. So guys, if you're needing to catch up, just keep pausing and then coming back to me, okay? Then it says she's got 12 $1 bills. Pause if you need to. Okay. 5 $5 bills, 12 $1 bills, and 3 $10 bills. Okay. How much money does she have in her wallet? Well, there's a lot of different ways that you could add this up. You could count up your tens and write that total, count up your ones and write a total, count up your fives and write a total. You could try to count it all at once. There's all kinds of ways you could do this. Let's think of it like this. I personally like to start with the biggest bills. I told you that with the coins too, and not the biggest bills, the ones that are worth the most. And so I would start here and I would say 10, 20, 30. But I might also write, in case I lose track, at least I know that this is all 30. And then I would move on to the fives. So from 30, now I got to count by fives. So I would say, you know what I could do? I guess I could kind of, as I've counted it, check it off. But I got 30, so I would say this would make 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Maybe I could record it that way. So I know I'm at 55 now, and I've added up my tens and my fives. And then I could count my ones. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67 total. So I think to answer her question in a sentence, I would say she has $67 in her wallet. Now, if you prefer, you can always do like a number bond. You could say, okay, so we know that this is the fives are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that would be one part of the money that's in her wallet. And then the ones, she had 12 $1 bills. So I know that that means 12. So I could show it like this. And then she had three $10 bills, 10, 20, 30. And all of these are coming together to make the total amount we know is 67. So I could do a number bond if that helps me figure out how to add these numbers. Some people might have done it that way, and then they might have added 30 and tried to do vertical method plus 25 plus 12. You could do it that way too. And there wouldn't have to be any regrouping. So you would have the 5 plus 2 equals 7. And then 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. And those, of course, are 10, so it's $67. You could do a tape. This is the same as like a tape diagram where you draw the boxes out and you try to figure out how much the total is. So, but any of these ways, when you draw it out, show me that you know how to do this, and I can see what you're thinking when you draw it out. If all you did was write me the sentence without drawing it, it's way too hard for me to figure out what you're thinking and how you solved it. So if you can draw me a visual, then I know. But always then write me a sentence, because sometimes kids forget to write the sentence, and then I see numbers all over the picture, and I don't really know what the answer is. So I like the sentence there at the end. Okay, so that's one problem. Another kind of problem you guys are going to work on today. Here, I'll just reuse the back. We've got Silas uses, okay, so he's getting ready to spend some money. So this might be where we were counting up her money, we were adding. But if you're getting ready to spend some money, we're going to be subtracting. Okay, Silas uses two $20 bills. Let's draw this out. Pause if you need to. He uses three $5 bills. And he uses four $1 bills. He spends all of this. How thoughtful. Silas buys a gift for his aunt with this money. But then he's going to save the rest. Okay, so, oh, I get it. He started with $80. So this is only the part that he spent with his aunt. It said Silas uses two $20 bills, three $5 bills, and four $1 bills on a gift for his aunt, and he's going to save the rest. Well, what rest? That's the part we don't know. So this is like a giant number bond. This is the part that he uses on the gift. This is what the part that he's going to save, and we don't know how much that is, but we know that he started with $80. So there's the top of our number bond. He started with $80. He spent this much on that gift, and then he's going to save the rest, but we don't know how much that is. So I'm thinking what we need to do first is we're going to need to think about how much he spent. Because if we can figure out how much he spent, we'll know how much he has left from the $80. All right, so let's figure out how to count this money up. So we got to count by 20s. 20 and 20 more. 20, 40. So maybe what I might do to show how I'm counting is I might, as I say it out loud, I might write how much the total is above. So I might say, okay, 20, 40, but now I got to count by fives. 45, 50, 55, but now I got to count by ones. 56, 57, 58, 59. Okay, so this is $59. That's how much he spent. That's a nice gift. Okay, but he had 80. So we need to find the difference between 59 and 80. There's a couple ways we can do that. We could subtract. We could count back. We could count up. So we could do 80 minus 59 if we wanted to subtract. But guys, look, that's not a very friendly number. Look at that. We've got a 0, and then we have to subtract 9, so we got to regroup. So we could do it that way. If you're comfortable with that way, that's fine. But what if we counted up from 59? What if we counted up from 59 to 80? You know I love to count up because it's so much easier. 59 is so close to a really friendly number. 60 is the next 10. 59 is just 1 away. It's a +1 jump. And now we got to go from 60 to 80. 60 to 70 is 10. 70 to 80 is 10. So 60 to 80 is 20. So now I can see that 1 plus 20 is 21. So $21 is how much he saved. Now, if I did it this way, if I wanted to go back and I wanted to do it this way, I could. Remember, I don't have anything here to subtract the 9, so I've got to get a whole 10 from here. That becomes 7. And now this becomes 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. And 7 minus 5 is 2. So there's my $21. I don't know why, I just like counting up. I think counting up is easier, especially if you want to do it in your head. Okay, so the answer then would be, you have to write it out in a sentence. He saved $21. And then I would see, this is how you thought of it. There's your answer. And this would be a good, solid way to show this work. Okay? Now, some people might choose to do, I forgot to show you this. So we've got our big number bond here. Some people might choose to do a tape diagram. Sometimes the work tells you you have to do a tape diagram. Remember that a tape diagram is really just like this. A tape diagram is just that rectangle of parts. And we know one of the parts. We know this part. This part is 59 or $59. And we know that the whole thing is $80. And this is the unknown. This is the part we didn't know. That's the part he's going to save. Okay? So this is definitely arrow method, or you can count up like this. Those are great ways to figure out that part, but this would be if you wanted to show it in a tape diagram. You've got it. You guys can do these. There's one more that they were going to have us do. Well, how much time? 19 minutes. Sorry, guys. This lesson's getting really long. Okay. Let's do this last one quickly in case you come across some problems like this and you needed some help. Dusty has 4 $10 bills and 6 $5 bills. She has $25 more than Kirsten. How much money does Kirsten have? Well, good grief, that's a complicated problem. I need to read that a few times and really draw something that's going to help me think of this. What are they even asking? Let's draw what Dusty has first. Let's figure that part out. Dusty has, I'm going to write her name up here, D-E-S-T-E. That way I can keep this all straight. Dusty has 4 $10 bills. So 10, 10, 10, 10. She also has 6 $5 bills. Okay, so that's what Dusty has. It says that she has $25 more than Kirsten. So if she has $25 more than Kirsten, Kirsten has $25 less than this. So we need to figure out how much Dusty has. So Dusty, if we count this up, has 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So Dusty has $70. Now, Kirsten has $25 less because Dusty has $25 more. So let's write out Kirsten. Kirsten. We got to figure out what $25 less than 70 is. So but here we are again, and we don't have any ones, and we've got to subtract. So we could still do the vertical method. Let's go ahead and do that first, and then we'll talk about some other ways. So we can't subtract 5 ones when we don't have anything, so we've got to come over here to the tens. We're going to change that 7 tens, make it be 6 tens now. So now we have 10 over here. And 10 minus 5 is 5. We have 6 minus 2, which is 4. So we have 40. So, okay, so that makes sense. Kirsten has $45. Dusty has $70. So the question said, how much money does Kirsten have? So our answer would be Kirsten has $45. And again, you've got to write that out in a sentence, even though you've already showed me on your paper. But a good way to show this, if you wanted to do a tape diagram, you could show who had more. Another way, you could have Dusty, we'll use a D for her, and here's her money. She has 70. And then Kirsten, we know she has less, so we wouldn't make her tape diagram quite as long. Okay, and we know that it's this much is the $25 less that she doesn't have. And then this is the part we were trying to figure out. If you just wanted to draw it out that way. Some people, it helps them to draw it and to really visualize it. All right, guys, so remember today, after you finish your work, you're going to have your 2 sprint pages, you're going to have your 2 problem set pages. Let's see if we can make this work. Take your pictures of your pages and put them on that doc. And then if there's a way to upload it to me, do it. I'll see if it just comes to me anyway. Maybe it will, and then we wouldn't even have to do that. Make sure you hit that blue button, though, that says turned in, okay? All right, guys, have good luck today.